English bread เนื้อเนียนนุ่มเด้งว้าวอร่อยเต็มคำ delicious
ใหม่ Farmhouse English Bread ความสุขสดใหม่ ที่มีให้กันมาตลอด
อร่อยถูกใจเรา Farmhouse Hello Aloha Welcome to Lampang my babies Hello Welcome Yahoo It's me Kennedy Hoku at your service as always I'm back to Ace Attorney Investigations Collection We're gonna continue this and Ooh, another new item unlocked? Wait, I forgot my headphones again. Okay. So, we're gonna continue this. Last time we dropped off at where we shouldn't have been because I had some errands to run. Actually, today I also have some errands to run, but I'm not going... I don't have to rush anymore. Okay. Welcome. Please have a seat. Wait. Let me turn on the chat. Okay. Hello. Wow, you're such an early riser. Okay. We're gonna continue this. Loading the game. We're back to 7 years ago. Yep. Okay. So the last time we learned that the order, how do you call it? The way the bodies are over on top of each other doesn't really matter to the fact that the crime did not occur like how we thought it would. So, we're gonna see what we're gonna figure out today. Let's go! Mr. Bad, I advise you to place Detective Gumshoe under arrest. What? What's the meaning of this? Huh, looks like you're not man enough to discipline your own subordinates. Don't you dare! That detective claims he was there standing in front of your door the entire time, but I have it on good authority that it was all a giant lie. Huh? Miss Yu, I ask that you please explain that last statement. I'll let His Honor explain it himself. I saw it with my own eyes, I tell you. During the recess, there was a period of time when there was no one in the hallway. What? See, Mr. Bat? So I asked you, why would a detective who was supposedly doing his job the whole time want to fabricate such a lie? Gumshoe, did you kill Faraday? No! Of course not, sir! It would appear that the one who set this whole crime scene up is that detective, which basically renders his testimony a complete lie and wholly invalid. It looks like your perfect logic has come just tumbling down, Miles. Yeah. I was in the hallway the whole time, but I didn't hear a single peep of a struggle. Was that statement really a lie? Detective Gumshoe, you're now a suspect in the murder of 2 men. Now, spit out the truth, or so help me. I haven't lied to anyone, sir, honest. I was really there. I was in the hallway the whole time. Detective Bad, I ask that you please do not act without my permission. After all, I'm the one that is heading up this investigation, am I not? Don't talk like you know what's going on, boy. All I want is for the investigation to run perfectly. Perfection is the only wish of a disciple of Fanname, after all. Therefore, before you take Detective Gumshoe into custody, I'd like to set the record straight on something. And what's that? What should I ask Detective Gumshoe about? State of the hallway. Detective Gumshoe, I take it that no one else was in that hallway at any time, correct? Huh? Oh, of course not, pal! You being awfully defensive. Might you be hiding something from me? Watch your mouth, pal! You can't go around saying stuff like that about me without any evidence. I suppose you're right. I have no evidence at this point. Miles Edgeworth, how can you be losing a battle of wits with this detective? You are disgraced. Yeah! Maybe I should ask about something else. What should I ask Detective Gumshoe about? Motive. I suppose the one thing I'd like clarified is Detective Gumshoe's motive for committing his crime. Motive, huh? Gumshoe, you got a grudge against Faraday or anything? No, sir, not me, not a single bad thing against Mr. Faraday, sir. Is that a fact?
Objection!
You really have a problem with lying, don't you, Detective Gumshoe? I'm telling you, I am not lying! The more unnatural you act, the more suspicious you become, you know? If you want a motive, Edgeworth, I have one for you right here. Could you please share with us? However, be forewarned that I won't hesitate to object to flights of fancy. Because all I'm interested in is a perfect explanation. You're serious, aren't you? Fine. You amuse me, so I'll humor you with a little courtroom practice. Nice! Gumshoe's motive. It was about a week. I dropped my water bottle. But it's okay, it's not that bad. It was about a week ago. I saw the detective get chewed out by a livid Faraday in front of the precinct. He stood there super pale as Mr. Faraday yelled, "That's a salary cut for you, you nitwit." A brand new detective suddenly getting his salary cut. That's reason enough for a grudge. Well, how's that for the perfect explanation? You totally misunderstand me, pal. No matter how mad I get, I could never hold a grudge. Wyatt, we can't trust anything you say. Sir, there's nothing wrong with the motive she proposed per se, but there's some gaps in her logic that need to be filled in. Mr. Yu's perfect explanation may not be so perfect after all. At all. Let's go!
Hold it!
A week ago? Then you and Detective Gumshoe are acquaintances? Psh, no way. I only met him in person today. Then how'd you know about Detective Gumshoe? Oh, I've seen him around before.
Hold it!
Mr. Faraday was upset? Yeah, you know what else? Mr. Faraday isn't exactly known to get angry often. But there he was, only beat red in the face. And the offending detective just stood there, pale as a ghost, like he was about to die. Just like the face he's making now, right? Yeah, I'm completely innocent, I tell you. The poor man. It was quite the scene with the detective.
Hold it!
You just stood there watching this unfold in front of you? Yeah, I have to say it was really enjoyable too. But that's why when I saw Detective Gumshoe earlier, I knew to steer clear of him. No way. I thought it was because I had something stuck on my face. Psh! Ha! But you do! Huh? What I've got stuck on my face? Let's start with your eyes, nose, mouth. Oh, and those ridiculous eyebrows. Huh? Oh man, messing with your head is just too much fun. Miss Yu, if you don't mind, I'd like to return to your testimony now. Sure, why not? She is a very, how do you call it?
Hold it!
Unprofessional person. To cut a new detective's salary right off the bat like that. I'm not really familiar with the way you guys relate, but is that a common practice? Yeah, speaking of cutting my salary, didn't you threaten to do that to me earlier too? I suppose I did. It's only natural to cut a worthless detective's salary down to their actual worth. My father can even fire anyone, new or old, with a snap of his fingers. Psh, do you think maybe that's reason enough for detectives to hate you people? Well, I guess they really shouldn't cut people's pay. Detective bad. Don't tell me Mr. Von Kama cut your salary earlier.
Hold it!
You call your explanation perfect? Uh-huh! Is it not to your liking? Unfortunately for you, it's just not up to my standards. Oh? Is there something you want me to clarify in that case? What should I do? Should I raise an objection? Of course. Alright, if you could clear this one thing up for me. I understand Detective Gumshoe's potential motive for killing Mr. Faraday. However, what about his motive for killing Mr. Rel? His motive for killing Rel? Like I would know. If there was no clear motive for both of the murders, then I doubt this incident would have occurred. Would you agree? Is there anyone else who might have had a grudge against either of the two men? Or should we look into that ourselves? Oh, in that case, I have absolutely no idea. What? But that's impossible. She must know something. Wait. Can you please not glare at me like that? It makes me laugh. Grr. I didn't even do anything and you're already laughing away. Well, anyway, the way I see it, as long as he had a motive to kill one of the two, this crime would have played out the way it did anyway. Oh? Would you care to explain your logic? And this time, please try to provide a truly perfect explanation. Perfect this, perfect that. Stop being so uptight, or is that a requisite trait of being a Von Kava? Miles Edgeworth, I demand that you shut this rude woman up. Yeah, she really is rude, though. I wish you'd both be quiet for just 1 second. Ahem. Well, I guess I'll just have to explain it to your kids. Motive to kill the men. There's no one out there with a motive to kill both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rel. All you really have to establish is that someone had a grudge against one of the two men. Mr. Rel, who happened to be there, became a witness of Mr. Faraday's murder. Therefore, he was killed out of necessity and set up to look like they had killed each other. Wonder if that's really true. Is there no one out there with a grudge against both men? I should take another hard look at the evidence for the morning case. The second KG incident, as people are calling it, involving an embassy staff member. And the two men who both wound up as suspects in this case, is there someone else I'm overlooking who is somehow related to them? There's no one out there with a motive to kill both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rel. Huh. So, there's no one else who might have a grudge against both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rel? I suppose no one is a bit of a stretch. But I'm pretty sure no one like that was here in this courthouse today. She's lying through her teeth. We just saw someone like that here earlier. Besides, you don't need to prove that the killer had a grudge against both men. All you really have to establish is that someone has a grudge.
Hold it!
Someone with a grudge against one of the men. In that case, aren't there plenty of other people who fit the bill? Sure, after all, doesn't garner scorn from another simply by being alive. But the only one who held a grudge and acted upon it by killing was Detective Gumshoe. Yeah. Furthermore, Mr. Rell, who happened to be there, became a witness to Mr. Faraday's murder.
Hold it!
So you're saying that he was basically silenced? Aren't you glad you managed to avoid the same fate, Your Honor? Why, if you had been the one to witness the blood-covered detective... What? Detective Gumshoe, you would kill him and me? What? I could never do something as terrible as that, Your Honor. There's no need for even a second of deliberation. I will hand down my verdict here. What? Your Honor, you can't do that! Your Honor, take a look around. We're not in court right now. It would be greatly appreciated if you would stay here with us in reality. Please forgive me. I know not what I do. And you there, Miss Yu, hurry up and continue with your testimony. If you fail to do so, I'll whip you into shape. Ha ha ha, that's nice. Sounds kind of like fun, actually. Anyway, Detective Gumshoe had to erase a witness, Mr. Rell.
Hold it!
I didn't do it, pal. No hard feelings, but I don't think we can take the word of a criminal seriously. But I can't even begin to think up ways to set up a crime scene. I suppose you do lack the necessary tactical mind required to do such a thing. Why do you have to kick a man when he's down, pal? Ha! You should put yourself down, detective. You're a big boy. I bet you thought it up all by yourself, right? Yeah, that's right. And I worked real hard at it, too. I think this proves one thing about the detective. He has a mental acuity of a worm. I have to admit, her explanation makes sense. However, there's also something she overlooked in her testimony. I should present that piece of evidence and see if I can make her see the truth. Oh my god, what is it? I totally forgot what I have. Let's see. Gumshoe's testimony. Was in a hall on guard duty. Other than gunshot, didn't hear a sign of struggle. I believe Faraday brought this as evidence. It was found in Rell's hand. Found in Faraday's hand, bullet that killed Rell was fired from a few yards away. Notes pertaining to Baron, Faraday, and Mackerel. Baron Faraday, age 40, Mackerel, age 32, time of death, September 10, approximately 4 p.m. Discovered immediately after a gunshot was heard. Remarks about the bodies: Faraday died of a knife stab to the chest. The shock from the stabbing caused instantaneous death. Rell died of a bullet wound to the chest. There's no gunpowder burn on his clothes, suggesting he was shot from a few yards away. It's possible he was alive for a little while after being shot. It seems Mr. Faraday was in the habit of using very nice fountain pens. That's it? This looks like a quality nib, but I bet it's no match for my beloved feather pen. Really edgy. That's it? Is that it? Okay. Someone had a grudge against one of the two men. The judge. I think the news, yeah, I think so too, because it's CCU, right? So I'm checking which one I should present. Let's press again for this one.
Hold it!
Yeah, I think it's this one. I think we have to press this one. She said nobody... Mr. Rel...
Hold it!
I'm pretty sure no one like that was in here in this courthouse today. Yeah, it has to be Manny Koshin. Let's go.
Objection!
No! What do you think about this? Well, as someone with more experience in law than you, allow me to share something. Use your own brain to figure it out yourself. That's my advice to you. I see. Well, I'm terribly sorry to have bothered you with such a mundane question. Psh! No need to be so serious. I tell you what. I'll toss in another piece of advice. In no way does my testimony contradict with that piece of evidence. I should have known. What? Huh. All you really have to establish is that someone had a grudge against one of the two men.
Hold it!
Or maybe this one. Or maybe this one.
Objection!
Oh my god, why? Why is it not? I insist you please take a good look at this. I don't need to do anything. I can already tell you it doesn't contradict a thing I said. Oh, I'm gonna die. She's fearsome when she's not doubled over in laughter. I must tread carefully here. What was this again? How about present the news of the first one? I did the first time. And I presented it to the second one the second time. So you're saying that he was basically silenced? Okay. I did present into this one. Am I taking it wrong again? I mean, did I present this one? I think I present this one. Huh. Yeah, let's see. Let's think about it. If we present the, because I do feel like did I though? Okay, I'll try again. Because I did try it.
Objection!
What? What did I do then? What did I do the first time? I thought of presenting this one to the first conversation. What do you mean? I did, and it says no. What the heck is happening? Miss Yu, I believe there's someone you overlooked in making your statement. Or rather, is it because you'd rather not bring his person up? What do you mean? We are looking for someone with a reason to kill both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell. I can think of at least one person that fits a bill. He was a suspect in the original KG-8 incident and a member of a Kodopian embassy staff, Mr. Manny Koshin. That's right, the very man who came to visit you earlier out in the hallway. What do you mean? What did I present? I'm so confused. You present the news, the second one. What? Really? That means I pressed the wrong one then. I suck at this. What a waste. The man who killed a member of the Kodopian embassy staff, Mr. Rell, and the man who was the lead prosecutor of the KG-8 incident, Mr. Faraday. Are you telling me that Mr. Koshin has no reason at all to kill both of these men? Well, I suppose he might have a reason or two. You covered for me, pal! Can you just shut up, Gumshoe? Maybe you're not such a bad guy after all. Don't get ahead of yourself. You're still a suspect. Make no mistake about that. The perfect evidence, the perfect testimony. These are the only things I wish to hold. But I didn't do it. You will stay under my authority and go investigate Mr. Manny Koshin for me. And remember, I will not be very forgiving should any of this leak out. You want to investigate Koshin? You'd just be wasting your time. And why is that? Koshin was up in the viewing gallery, watching the trial. Or so I was told. Every cop in this place has been keeping an eye on the guy since he arrived. Then the only real suspect we have is still Detective Gumshoe. I suppose so. No way! Come on, Detective Bad! You've gotta believe me, sir. I really was in the hallway the whole time, sir. I never took a single step into this room, sir. Okay, then are you saying there was someone else who passed through the hallway? No, there was no one else, sir. Then why should I believe you didn't do it? That is one incredibly foolish detective. Standing right in front of a crime scene all by himself. It's as good as a confession of guilt. I have to admit it's a bit strange. Most criminals will fabricate some sort of lie to escape their crimes. And if that detective really wanted to prove that he is innocent, you'd think he would at the very least offer up I spaced out while on duty or the like. Come on, Gumshoe, time for your interrogation. Detective Bad. Miles Edgeworth. I'll go on ahead and report this to Papa. And that, as they say, is that. Right, everyone? Ho, ho, ho. Judge, how can you do this to poor Gumshoe? Well, I suppose we should both be getting back to our real jobs now, huh? Before we do, Miss Yu, there's something I'd like to speak with you about. What is it? Everything is neat and tidy on top of the table with not a single disturbance inside. So, what did you want to ask me about? The current case of the murdered Kodopian embassy staff member. I've heard that people have begun calling it the second KG incident. Only among you law enforcement types. And what about it? I'd like for you to tell me everything you know about the original KG incident. I'm afraid I can't help you. I don't know anything beyond that what was reported in the papers. No, I believe you know much more, since you are directly tied to the KG8 incident. I'd appreciate if you stop with the false accusation. Baseless outbursts are useless both inside and outside the courtroom, don't you know? I do, but I also know that I do have a leg to stand on here. Think you can stop making that ultra serious face in front of me? If you could please stop laughing for just 1 second. I'm not going to make any headway like this. I'm just going to have to show her exactly how related to the KG8 incident she is. Miss Yu? I believe that I approve of your connection to the KG8 incident. That follows your proof? Very well then. Why don't you tell me exactly how I'm related to KG incident? Through the victim. Your connection to KG8 incident is through the victim. The victim's name is CCU. You know that she has the same last name as you. Can you really still tell me with a straight face that you are not related to this case? Sorry, but we're not related. What? Just kidding. You asked that question with such a serious look on your face that I couldn't help but Miss Yu, I asked that you please tell me the truth. Alright, I'll tell you everything I know. As you guessed, the one who reported the smuggling activities of the Amano group was my sister, CCU, as I thought. And she was killed right before she was to testify the impending trial by Manny Koshin. But because he was tried once and was acquitted, he gets to live out the rest of his cushy life completely carefree. All because of a lack of evidence. No, I heard that the evidence to convict him did exist. What? I heard it from Mr. Faraday himself after Mr. Koshin's trial was over. Apparently a man in black made off with the most important piece of evidence. Then the evidence had been tampered with? Isn't that just like a criminal to do something like that? The smuggling ring being run out of the Amano group by one of its secretaries. They bailed Mr. Koshin out. Turns out they were in league with each other all along. How big was that smuggling ring? Was it a large operation? I don't really know, which is why I wanted to become a lead defense. on this case that people are calling the second KG8 incident. But I haven't learned anything new at all. I was probably expecting too much, I know. You mean you think this case had nothing to do with the smuggling ring? I don't know what to think. Manny Koshin. Why did Mr. Koshin want to meet with you earlier? Actually, he came to watch your trial. Apparently, he only found out that I was a defense lawyer on this case after he arrived. He figured he'd say hi and one other thing. Looks like you couldn't resolve anything this time either. Too bad. What's that supposed to mean? Oh boy, stop it with the scary face already. I'm fine, really. I gave him a good slap across the face. The way she talks about slapping him as she laughs away is kind of creepy. But it's just as Mr. Bad said. It's not related to the double murder. I asked around and people in the gallery claim that he was in his seat the entire time. Talk about cruel fate. Well, this is about all I knew. Haha, sorry. Guess that wasn't much help, huh? That's not true. I'm sorry I made you recall such a painful time in your life. Ha 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 ha! Edward, you really are too serious for your own good. You really need to learn to relax. We wouldn't want you to die of stress, would we? Thank you for the advice, but there's no need to worry. I work in my own way and I will catch this criminal in my own way as well, you see. Oh my god, I don't have the energy to laugh in the morning. Ha! Look at you with the game face on, ready to go. I'm making no such face. Did you know laughter is the best medicine, Edward? Don't you get tired of making such a serious face all the time? I'm charged with making sure that all the criminals of this world are found guilty. I have no need for laughter. There you go, making that face again. Oh well, I've got to get going. I still have a few loose ends I need to tie up. I think she laughs because she just wants to laugh away whatever it is she has in mind. The KG incident and this murder investigation, it is my belief that these two cases are related to each other somehow. Plus that Detective Gumshoe. It's obvious he's lying, even though the lie is hurting his chances. Why is it obvious he's lying? Clearly, this case is far from over. But whether or not that detective is a murderer can only be determined once I have completed my perfect investigation. Mr. Fanname, I swear to uphold your honorable name, or my name isn't Miles Edgeworth. Yeah, let's go! Yes, please. Save, please. September 10, 4:45 p.m. District Court, 3rd floor lobby. Sir, what is to become of the trial into the Kodopian embassy staff member's murder? Indeed, since both the suspect and the prosecutor are now dead, the case will be dismissed. In other words, the trial ends here prematurely. Ha! Looks like you'll have to wait just a bit longer for your big debut. I suppose it can't be helped. The evidence for this trial will be transferred to you in a little while. Sir, what do you think about the murder of the Kodopian embassy staff member? And the murders of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell? What an outrageous circus it has all become. That Faraday brought it all upon himself with his naivety. An outrageous circus, right, sir? I grow wary of this topic, Edgeworth. I will have you assigned to a different case. Papa! You come and watch my courtroom debut next, won't you? I'll consider it. Sir, if I may, please allow me to continue with my investigation. Whatever for? I know that there is already a suspected murder of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell. However, there's not enough evidence to prove that it was he who committed the crime. I'd like to continue investigating in order to find the perfect proof of his guilt. The perfect proof. Don't make me laugh. A worldly person like you has no right to claim such a thing as perfection. Papa? Who do you think is the real culprit behind these murders? Miles and I, we're competing to see who can find the real killer first. Plus, being able to investigate a real crime scene is a really rare opportunity. It will give us some real-life experience, wouldn't you agree? If you want to investigate this case that much and do as you wish, then you're allowing us to continue? In court, your top priority is to win, and a solid investigation is one of the keys to winning. We have to make sure you become recognized as a first-rate prosecutor, don't we? It wouldn't be very interesting otherwise. I'm returning home now. Edgeworth, Francisca, see to it I'm not disturbed, save for the result of your competition. Yes, sir! Of course, Papa! Francisca, thank you. What are you thanking me for? Your logic earlier was built on that scruffy detective's lie. That means that the competition is still on. Yes, just as you wished. I couldn't let you get off so easily. Now then, let's see how well you fare on the investigation from here, Miles Edgeworth. I know I don't have enough information yet. So, my first order of business will be to question everyone involved with this case. Miles Edgeworth! Yes? What is the meaning of this bulletin board? Why are there so few trials posted? It would appear that the entire week is devoted to Mr. Rel's trial. Is the crime rate really that low in this country? Or maybe the police lack the proper motivation to get out there and catch the criminals? I'm afraid I can't comment on that. However, I can say I have my doubts about the younger detectives. Sounds to me like they're in need of stricter hand. And I'll start my discipline regimen with that pathetic, filthy-coated detective. I feel bad for the big guy, and yet I can find no suitable reason to stop her. I can't stop the water, sir! It seems that the man who was here earlier broke it by drinking from it too much. Bunch of fools who pretended to not see the foolishly foolish actions of a foolish fool. Well then, why don't you lend the officer a hand? As if I should have anything to do with this. Besides, the water-drinking fool's mouth is a thing that officers should be covering. Let's give that officer a description of the water guzzler later. She seems to have quite the grudge. It sounds to me like someone wanted a drink. Miss Yu? Oh, it's you, Edgeworth. And who are you? Wait, you were at the crime scene just now, weren't you? You should be disbarred for not knowing who I am. I'm Francisca von Kama, and I'm about to become the successor to the family name. About to? I guess that means that for now you're still just another kid. In which case, it's only natural that I didn't know who you are. What? Why are you whipping me? Anyway, it looks like they're planning to hold the evidence a bit longer. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's waiting. I'm terribly sorry, but I have a few more questions to ask of you. Look at you, eyebrows scrunched with lies on your foreheads. And that, 2 arcs of you? What exactly is so funny? Sorry, I'm just bad at dealing with a super serious atmosphere. Apparently, they failed to teach you proper behavior at a crime scene in law school. I feel much better now. So what is it you want to talk about? I'd like to inquire as to where you were at the time of the murder. We were in defendant lobby number 1 the whole time up until we heard the gunshot. And by we, I mean Mr. Bad. If you don't believe me, feel free to ask him yourself. You were with Detective Bad? Why? We had a little something to discuss, that's all. So I take it that you are acquaintances with Detective Bad. Yeah, he was a detective in charge of KG8 incident. Detective Bad is also related to that incident? That's right, he was the one who was supposed to protect my sister, CC. But you know how that turned out, don't you, Edgeworth? Miles Edgeworth, I have no idea that what you two are talking about. I've heard of the KG incident from my papa, but how does that case relate to you, Miss Yu? The victim of that case, CCU, is my little sister. You making that super serious face again? I'm fine, really. I just make it a point to rub some more salt in his wound pride every time I see him. The way she talks about doing that as she laughs away is kind of creepy. Or, oh, speaking of Mr. Bad, he and Mr. Faraday, I say they met up just about every single time the Yatagarasu made a move. He was practically a given that the two would meet up at every one of the crime scenes. I see, he did mention that he's in charge of a Yatagarasu investigation earlier. Maybe I should ask her what she knows about the Yatagarasu in more detail. You claim that at the time of the murder you were with Detective Bad. But don't you lawyers usually discuss your trial with your clients during a recess? We do, and that's what I was planning to do. But Mr. Faraday was being rather threatening and he dragged Mr. Rell away. After that, Mr. Bad came into lobby number 1, so we just stayed there and talked. And what did you talk with Detective Bad about? Nothing interesting, I just insulted him with some talked about how the trial was going, and then I insulted him some more. Bloody! When she's not laughing, her mouth seemingly spews nothing but insults. Anyway, Mr. Bad and I were in the defendant lobby number 1 when the murders occurred. So I really can't tell you anything about the hallway or lobby number 2. I see. I'd like to ask you a few questions about your client, Mr. Mackerel. Now, your client first claimed to be the Yatagarasu, is that correct? Hey, yeah. Once I heard that it was a Yatagarasu that had made off with the evidence from KG8, I began to ask Mr. Rell all sorts of questions, but to no avail. Turns out Mr. Rell was not the Yatagarasu. He had just made that up. He made it up? Mr. Rell's crime was caught on tape by the security cameras. But there's no footage of him sneaking into the Kodopian embassy itself. Hold on for just 1 second. Then you mean to say that you knew that he was not the real Yatagarasu? And that he was just another cold-blooded killer and you were ready to defend him? Yes, that's right. I see, so a defense lawyer is actually just someone whose job is to cover for criminals. That's why defense lawyers are so detestable, but they're no match for us Von Karmas. I don't believe it, you're serious! Why don't you save that face for something really worth being serious about? And Edgeworth, do you remember what I said earlier? I have my own agenda. I'm still on the hunt for leads regarding the KG8 incident, alright? And for that, you have not a single qualm about defending a known killer? Don't put words in my mouth. I said no such thing. The only way I had to get close to Mr. Rell was to be his lawyer. I had no intention of covering for him ever, so don't you dare suggest I was going to. I'm sorry, forgive my rashness. Miss Yu! I was wondering if you could tell me about the Yatagarasu. The Yatagarasu, huh? I don't really know much about that character myself, but I do get a lot of consultation requests from companies to defend him. Requests from companies? The Yatagarasu isn't some petty thief out for money, you know. Alright then, perhaps the Yatagarasu is in the business of stealing people's lives? You're not very funny or witty, are you, little Miss Von Collin? Francisca, be careful about who you whip. Choose carefully or we may use maybe this is... There, I chose carefully, just like you wanted. That just now was hilarious, little missy. Of course it was. What is wrong with these two women? Why does my pain give them delight? And so in the end, what is the Yatagarasu? I have to say I never even heard of this thief when I was in Germany. The Yatagarasu deals in information, namely in digging out dirt about backroom dealings and the like of companies. The Yatagarasu is a vigilante who steals such info and then makes it public for all to see. Vigilante or not, this person sounds like just another criminal to me. I suppose you could put it that way too. But either way, I get a lot more clients now thanks to that thief. Sounds like Mr. Yu is profiting nicely. Profiting. Sometimes I'm not sure if I'm like pronouncing the words right. Wait, let me charge it. Let me charge my camera. Okay. I suppose I've gotten all I rant out of Miss Yu. I should move on and speak with Detective Gumshoe now. I want to talk with her. Yes, what is it? It feels like there's a whole backside to this case we're not seeing. And here we had thought that it was a case where the two men had killed each other. We're lacking in information. And as a fun comma, I can hardly call this a perfect investigation. Indeed, it is as you say. I can't believe we agree on something. Just what is so revolting about agreeing? Anyway, our first move should be to speak with everyone related to this case. Indeed, even if you had not said it, I was planning to do so anyway. What was that lash for? She's a baby. Wow, this thing is so incredibly detailed. My inner modeling fanboy is impressed. I'm not exactly a fan of plastic models per se, but even I can sense the superb quality of this model. I simply cannot comprehend how that man can feel so much love for such a trifle. Oh, I see. You're a disciple of my father, so you would do well to guard yourself against an interest in such unproductive things. Hello, welcome! Welcome! Please have a seat. Yes, perhaps I should take up whipping people like the young lady over here. Okay. This area is restricted to authorized personnel only, sir. If I'm not authorized personnel, then what, may I ask, do you think I am? The younger sibling of a dysfunctional relationship? I'm not the younger one, he is! Now get that straight in your head. I believe there is a more objectionable part you should be upset over, Francisca. What the heck is he doing? Sir, nothing to report, sir! Is there no one who will make this man take responsibility for his actions on the job? Looks like we have no choice but to report this to Papa. Then, this guard can have fun in a waking nightmare after being awakened from his dream. Actually, let's not. I kind of feel sorry for him now. Oh, we're going to... Okay. Detective Gumshoe? Hey, it's you, pal. You're here. Yeah! As am I. I don't think you needed to whip him to let him know that. I did do it, pal. I swear on my honor as a detective, I really didn't. Your words are worthless. Your words are useless. I place my trust only in the evidence, detective. Once the investigation is fully over, and should we find out that you are the killer, there will be no mercy to be had for you. Have a heart, pal. But you're not worried, right? After all, you have nothing to worry about if you really are innocent, that is. That's right. Hey, pal, go and do your perfect investigation and get the real killer for me, will ya? I would have done so, even had you not requested me to, detective. It's a bookshelf. What's this? Judges? Trial Exchange Law? It appears to be a journal where the various judges share their thoughts and ideas. The real daily lives of the judges are laid out here in these pages. There's nothing about the court in here. It's just page after page of unrelated drivel. Judging by the content, they're very enthusiastic about the court. The courthouse daily menu! Hello! Welcome and thank you for the follow! Thank you. Thank you so much! Wait. No! Okay. Thank you! And welcome! Judging by the content, okay, Daily's menu, and it would appear that fried oysters are a favorite. I have no use for such foolishly foolish words from that foolishly foolish crowd. Someone please assure me that this is not the true state of this country's judiciary? I don't know, man. It's an incredibly detailed motto, isn't it? I heard that it costs as much to take that as it costs to build the courthouse itself. What was the point of making such an expensive motto? I felt the exact way upon hearing it. Ah, it's so hard to understand such foolishness. Agreed. Eh? How do I click it? Oh, okay. It's a viewing gallery. This is where the riffraff sit when they come to watch. It's situated at the same height as a judge's bench. I wonder if that's to present the intense scrutiny of each and every case from all sides. Miles Edgeworth, are you not man enough to stand up to all those eyes? Oh, what sort of... Of course I'm man enough. No, I haven't done checking it. It's a witness stand. I'll make sure that each and every person that ever stands here will be found guilty. There are others besides the defendant that stand at this podium, you know. I don't care, just make sure you never end up standing at one of these. Or you'll be sorry. I'll keep that in mind. Oh, we can go up? The judge's chair. It must be wonderful to be able to sit the whole time. Yes, as opposed to us prosecutors and defense attorneys who have to stand. I think it would be fair if the judge had to stand the whole time too. His Honor is an old man. He should be afforded some comforts. Fine. He can enjoy his chair, but he'll share in our pain through my lashes. I fear for the judge if Francisca were to ever become a real prosecutor. Well, she became one though. This must be the judge's desk. You can tell by the gavel sitting on top. I had a dream once that I was being squashed from above by his gavel. You're such a weakling, Miles Edgeworth. You have no idea how frightening it was. Oh well. Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna talk to him. So, you and Mr. Faraday had a small meeting last week, did you? And what exactly did you do to make him so angry? I just asked Detective Bath the same thing myself, pal. Turns out he was mad at me because of my very first day as a detective. I reported in my usual post instead of the Criminal Affairs Department. By the time I got down to Criminal Affairs, it was really late. And that's when he gave me that huge speech. I remember doing the same exact thing in elementary school. On the first day of school every year, I'd always wind up going to my old classroom. How pathetic for a detective to be comparable to a mere school child. Aww. You claim to be standing guard in front of the door to lobby number 2 during the recess. However, when did you receive the order to do so, and from who? Wait! It wasn't a follow, it was a sub! Thank you! Thank you, Aizen! For 3 months in a row, I'm so sorry! I thought it was a follow and it didn't go, the notification didn't go up for me to read. But I'm so I'm very thankful for it. Thank you so much. Thank you for the sub. Thank you. Oh my god, I'm so sleepy. I'm so sleepy. Earlier at around 3:20, and from Detective Bat, pal. Today's trial took a really crazy turn. So I was told to make sure nothing happened to Mr. Faraday. And yet, something did happen to him, correct? It looks like it was a total waste of manpower to assign you to guard duty. Ow! Your word stings worse than your whip, pal. So it was Detective Bad who ordered him to stand guard, huh? Now then, Detective Gumshoe, is there anything else you'd like to tell me? No, not a thing, pal. In that case, allow us to take a look at what you're carrying on your personage. Ah! Wait, you can't do that! There's nothing of any particular value here. Well, my handcuffs and badge were confiscated by Detective Bat, so, you know. And what is that open envelope I see sticking out of your coat pocket? Ah! Hands off, pal! Just show it to us already! My motto is gorgeous? This one? Oh, well. Annual bonus check within. What? $5 total, except there's no check inside. You've had your look, now give it back, pal. It's my first bonus as a brand new detective. I just got it and cashed it today. I had literally no cash on me up until I did, you know. So that envelope is really special to me. Now give it back. You don't need rubbish like this, don't worry. We'll throw it away for you later. How could you? He got a bonus though. I'm sorry, but I need to take him in for questioning now. I think I've asked him about everything I needed to. No, wait. Since he became a suspect, there is one piece of evidence I should reconfirm. Officer, I ask that you wait a second. I still have one thing I'd like to reconfirm with Detective Gumshoe. Understood, but please make it brief, sir. I want to hear it from the horse's mouth. I must confirm whether or not his testimony about when the crime occurred is the truth. Oh, and how? Yeah, $5. So sad. Or do I need a logic thing? Oh, there's no logic. Oh, okay, testimony, okay. You told me earlier that you heard no sound other than the gunshot out in the hallway. Is that correct? No mistake about it, pal. Then you're also claiming that no one passed through the hallways either? Is that also correct? Yep, not even a single ant passed through that hole while I was on duty. You do realize that the lie you're telling is only making life more difficult for yourself, huh? Oh, but it's true! I don't see anyone to go through the hallway and I didn't hear anything else, pal. I bet the killer found a way to kill the two guys that's beyond what I can't even imagine. So he intends to continue telling this ridiculous lie. But why would he do so given the situation he's in? I believe a thorough investigation of the hallways run by defendant lobbies is in order. What? Meow! How could you have not noticed that coming? Wasn't that the child I changed money for earlier? Oh my god, I'm about to fall asleep. Why am I so... Wait, let me see. Can I come back? I'm gonna go and wash my face real quick. Okay? I'm back! Kids can sometimes be so cruel. It looks like she dropped something. Swiss rolls? Oh. Swiss rolls dropped by the mysterious young girl, says courthouse special on it. Maybe we should arrest the girl. She might turn out to be a valuable lead. Nyah. I believe some sort of punishment may need to be dealt in the next time we meet. I believe I've asked all that I need to of this man. Now, from Detective Bat and the judge, we have to confirm who is correct, the judge or that scruff face, right? I suppose we should inspect the hallway in front of the lobby number 2 next then. I suppose so. Shall we head on over, Francesca? I'm sorry, Gumshoe. I have to go. September 10, District Court hallway. So, did you see anything else? No, I don't think so. I see. Well, thanks for your cooperation. Oh, it's nothing. Just doing my duty as a defender of the law. That will be all for now. I'll ask again if I have any other questions. Anytime, Detective. Now, if you excuse me, I have a few loose ends I have to tie up. Oh, you're that new prosecutor Mr. Fanname recommended, right? My name is Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor. And I'm Manfred Fankame's daughter, Francisca Foncom. I'm set to become the successor of my genius father any day now, Your Honor. I see, Mr. New Prosecutor recommended by Foncom on my measure. Whack! I bit my tongue. And Miss Jen? I bit my tongue. Are you alright, Your Honor? Please feel free to refer to me as just Miss Foncom, Your Honor. As for him, just Edward is fine. Apparently somebody doesn't feel that I'm worthy of a proper title. Ooh, very well then. I shall call you Miss Foncom and Mr. Prosecutor Edwards. Your Honor, Mr. Edwards is fine, sir. Now, about your earlier testimony. Yes, what about it, Mr. Edward? I would like to ask you a few questions about what exactly you saw. Alright, after all, it's my duty to clarify my testimony as a defender of the law. I greatly appreciate your cooperation, Your Honor. Now, the first thing I will need to do is figure out that detective's exact movements. Hallway. Let's go. It would appear that this vending machine sells snacks and various other foods. Okay. I'm sure the reason why the judge didn't see Gumshoe is because he was behind this vending machine. Just lovely. What would you think of next? Don't be a jerk in court like these beef jerks. One packet for $9. Defendant's fresh milk. 1/2 pint for $7. Stay neutral as the Swiss do until the end with these for $6. They're awfully overpriced. The lineup is simply awful, period. Speaking of snacks, I wonder if that Swiss roll the little girl dropped is from this machine. I was wondering about that myself. Stay neutral as a Swiss do until the end with these. The end of what? Well, I assume it means the end of the trial. I suppose this means that one should eat these during the recess? You can't eat during a trial, so I suppose the only time you can eat them is now, huh? I wouldn't mind if you wanted to eat one now. They come in packs of 2 after all. We're in the middle of investigation. Besides, I don't have $6 on me. If you want, I can pool our money and buy a pack together. If I have to split it with you, then I don't want it. Okay. Don't let the prosecution and the defense make a ham sandwich out of you. It sounds like it's directed at a ham of a judge. Well, it certainly isn't directed at me. I can outmaneuver him any day. Defendant's fresh milk. What exactly is that supposed to mean? I bet it means that the milk is freshly milked by various defendants on trial right now. No, I think it means that this was milked right here from the various defendants. Miles Edgeworth, you can't possibly be serious. Of course not. Oh no, Edgy. When it's looking bad, blind your opposition with some OJ. Are they promoting violence? Don't worry, my whip will make sure that anybody following this advice won't be for long. Compared to the sting of a whip, the sting of orange juice may not be so bad. When you're in hot water, you might need a hot dog. It looks like the slogan was decided through a public contest. And the winner was... Winston Payne? What a pathetic slogan. No presents at all. Now, if it was up to me, it would read, if you leave matters in a Von Kama's hand, everyone in court will be found guilty dogs.
Objection!
Overruled! Don't be a jerk in court like these beef jerks.
Objection!
Miles Edgeworth, wouldn't you agree that it's a very clever pun? Do you really think that they put that much effort into a product name? Even a foolish fool could understand the foolish thinking of the fool who made it up. You're acting so foolishly that I got so thoroughly mad, and I'm now utterly famished. If you wanted a pack of these, all you had to do was act like a normal person. Is that all? It doesn't look like there's anything contradictory in this area. I suppose not. Perhaps I should check somewhere else. Did you find something, officer? I think there's a $5 bill back there. Come on, just a little more. Is there no one working this crime scene who is in a total waste of leaving tissue? Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be a single person we can deem useful here. Have you found any suspicious fingerprints, officer? Nope, just the fingerprints of those involved with the case, sir. I guess we know all the players in the case then, huh? It would appear that way, but I have the nagging feeling that we're missing something. And I suspect that what we're missing is hiding right here in this crime scene somewhere. He's making a most ridiculous looking face. That may be, but at least he doesn't look like someone who would tell a lie on purpose. I suppose, but to a fond comma, evidence is the only thing that carries any weight. Of course, at any rate, this poster seems to be of no use to us right now. Oh my god, young judges for justice? But he is not a young judge! There is no signs of this fire extinguisher was used in the crime. If you could already tell from a distance, then why are you wasting your time examining it? Francisca, let's not try to rush absolute genius. This is a pretty spacious hallway, but it's nothing compared to the ones at home. Indeed, because the house itself is a bit too spacious. However, even with this much space, there's nowhere for that scruff face to hide. Well, other than the crime scene just beyond these doors. Francisca, I believe it's much too early to draw any conclusion. I was already proven that Detective Gumshoe was in this hallway the entire time. Now all we need to do is gather more information. And to do that, I'll just have to examine everything I see here by myself. Oh. Nya! What's the matter? I pricked myself on one of these cactus's needles. I don't think the needles on this thing would be so sharp. Well, what'd you expect? Can you imagine how bad it would be if you were hit on the head by one of these? Anyway, this cactus seems to be unrelated to our case. Do you really think so? Because I believe that this cactus sitting on this windowsill is completely related. Huh? Oh, well then, I look forward to your explanation on how exactly it is related. What is this? It's a pink-colored piece of trash made of rubber. I feel like I've seen something like this before. Well, all I see is a piece of garbage. But you know, the fact that there is a litterer running loose inside this courthouse is simply unforgivable. It's not like it was I who littered. Rubbish belongs in a rubbish bin. Gah! Poor him. The ants are hard at work carrying the food home. It's a marvel that they can pick up such comparatively large objects to their size. Wait, let me see. Wait, I'm sorry. My friend just texted me. And it's urgent, so I kind of have to reply. Hey, yeah. Okay. Well, if you want to carry the mighty Von Kama name and not be squished under it, you'd better work extra hard, just like these ants. The same goes for you, Francisca. I can look outside, however, I doubt the killer could have escaped through here. Hello, welcome! Welcome! Let me see. Hello, welcome! I hope you have fun sitting here. I'm sorry, I'm a bit sleepy. I'm a bit sleepier than usual this morning. I guess I've been sleep deprived. Of course not. This is the 3rd floor after all. It appears that the bars were installed on this to prevent people from falling out. Bars? What bars? Can you not see them from your vantage point? What? I must remember not to bring up that taboo subject again. How can I move up and down again? Oh, it's here, okay. What was that? What are these black speckles? I believe it's a pile of ants eating away. Ooh, that detective, he claims that not a single ant slipped by him. And yet here's a whole hill of them. Yeah! What are you hitting me for? As a replacement for that pathetic detective. Yeah. Perhaps I should add this deduction to the detective's growing tab of pay cuts. Anyway, I wonder what the ants are eating. From the look and sweet smell of it, pieces of cake and chocolate from a Swiss roll. Ah. Miles Edgeworth, the courthouse is to be kept pristine at all times. It wasn't me to drop food on the ground. The courthouse must be kept clean. I know, lady. Yeah, I'm so sleepy. I don't know why. I want to play it, but I'm like, The dirt on this bench, it smells like some sort of sweet substance. I can't believe there is someone going around dirtying the courthouse for shame. Calm down, Francisca. Now take a good look. Doesn't it smudge look kind of like a handprint to you? I suppose it could be. Which means that perhaps we can lift the prints of the person who sullied this bench. I see, and then we'll know the identity of a mystery slob. You there, the lab technician? Could you please find out who this handprint belongs to? Sir, yes, sir. I've got the results of the fingerprints analysis, sir. And do we know who they belong to? Sir, the fingerprints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Oh, interesting. Good work, officer. Oh. And there you have it. Yes, I suppose so. Now we know the identity of the person who dirtied the bench. I sense that you and I will be using this information in a very different ways. Ants are pouring out of the hole in this bench as well. I wonder if the inside of this bench consists of nothing but ants. Don't you dare continue with that gross line of thought. Ah, I'm sorry. Ew. This. I think it should be good. Pink piece of trash. I think this is the rubber. I think this is a balloon. Nice. These bits of chocolate and cake. Could they not have come from a Swiss roll? A Swiss roll? Why would a courthouse sell a thing like that? It may not seem like the right venue, however, it is being sold right over there. The vending machine? Ah, I see. Stay neutral as the Swiss do until the end with these. 2 for $6? Talk about expensive. Leaving the fact that it's on the expensive side aside. The fact that the cake crumbs and chocolate bits were found in this hallway suggests that they came from a Swiss roll that was purchased from this machine. I think I have a pretty clear picture of what happened here now. Naturally, after all, I'm here, aren't I? Detective Gumshoe must have sat on this bench as he ate a Swiss roll. And as he ate, he dropped it on the floor and sullied the bench. Ah, how could he have not cleaned up after himself? How utterly despicable. Don't you dare whip me again. It wasn't I who made the mess in the first place. Anyway, if it was indeed Detective Gumshoe who bought the Swiss roll, that creates a rather interesting contradiction of facts. A contradiction? Where? I think another look at the special courthouse vending machine is in order. Oh. A contradiction? Oh, because he doesn't have the money though. Yeah, he said he doesn't have the money at all. About Detective Gumshoe's finances. He said that until this morning, he didn't have even a single penny on his personage. Just how poor is that guy? If this bonus really was only $5, then he should not have been able to purchase a pack of Swiss rolls. However, facts being as they are, we found cake crumbs on the floor. Meaning Scruffy must have bought a pack somehow. Indeed. That detective should not have been able to purchase a pack, and yet he did. The question is, how? Potted cactus. I don't know, I just feel like it's connected. Yeah. This pink rubbery substance, I saw this in a different form earlier today. I believe this is a piece of a popped balloon. I suppose that's possible. The balloon probably got a little too close to our friend, the windowsill cactus. 'Cactus. 'That would be the logical conclusion, yes? 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 'Cactus. 'That would be the logical conclu Okay, we got it. Your Honor, I'd like to ask you a few questions if you don't mind. Where were you at the time of the murder? Do you suspect me of some... No, nothing of the sort, Your Honor. Very well, you may continue with your testimony. Your Honor, it's your testimony I'm after. Oh! I had no idea you were chasing after me or my testimony. I'm beginning to sense that I might want to avoid being a trial run by this judge. Oh well, let's see here. Now then, how should I put this? When you get to be my age, you need to pay more frequent visit to the restroom. If you go take a look through the window at the end of this hall, you see a small window. That is a window to the men's restroom. In other words, you can see clearly into this hallway from the men's restroom. When I was going to the restaurant, that Detective Gumshoe, is it? Well, he was standing in front of the vending machines, buying something from it. However, and this I couldn't believe when I was about to exit the restaurant, there was not a soul in the hallway anymore. Your Honor, if you could please calm down and explain it to me rationally. Oh, I'm really sorry. Please let me regain my composure. It was really suspicious. That's what my finely honed judge's intuition said. Although, well, until the murders occurred, I just sort of brushed it off. Ho ho ho. Apparently this judge doesn't understand the concept of staying calm. The restroom window, huh? I wonder if you can really see the men's bathroom window from that one there. You can. I'm looking at it right now. I demand that you show me this view at once. I suspect that her height is what's limiting her ability to see. That's probably all I'm going to find out from His Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, maybe I can return to my other duties now? Yes, I'm sorry to have helped you out. Thank you for your cooperation, Your Honor. Oh, anytime, Mr. Edgeworth, anytime. The judges in this country seem rather friendly. It's not a little wishy-washy. However, I hear that they are known to hand down their fair verdicts. Detective Bad, I have some I wish you inquire about. Wait. I'm about to fall asleep. Okay, wait. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this. Okay. Better. Hey, how about doing some actual work, you? I wish to inquire into Detective Gumshoe's movements during recess. You're getting in the way of the investigation. I have an order from Mr. Funcom himself, plus I still hold investigative authority. Oh my god, I'm gonna fall asleep. I'm gonna fall asleep. Guys, I'm gonna fall asleep. Should I end this in 10 minutes? Okay. So I hear you were the one who called for Detective Gumshoe to come down here. Faraday. That guy was just accused, you know. I just knew something was gonna happen. My detective's instinct told me. A lot of good it did you. You couldn't even protect one lone prosecutor with it.
Hold it!
Francisca, I think you need to apologize. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry, Detective Bad. Please continue. I used the phone on the first floor and called the precinct. I told them to send somebody over. And that detective's the one that showed up. Only upon his arrival did you set Detective Gumshoe to stand guard Detective Bad. Yeah, I waited for him on the first floor. After he got here, we came up to these defendant lobbies together. As we entered this hallway, we ran into you. She told us that Faraday were really mad, and that he dragged Rail off to lobby 2 to have a word or something. And that Faraday had said to not let anyone interrupt them. So what choice did I have? All I could do was tell the big lug to stand guard outside. And around what time did all of that take place? Let's see, I think it was about 30 minutes before I heard the gunshot. After giving the big lug his assignment, he never left the hallway, not once. Oh? And how can you make such a claim? One of the guards out in this floor's main lobby swore to me he didn't. If the detective never left the hallway, then where'd he disappeared off to? That's simple. He must have gone into lobby number 2, just as I suspected. You and I. We're in the lobby number 1 next door. The only one without an alibi is Gumshoe. It would seem that I'm still missing some key pieces of information. Detective Bad, you also heard the gunshot, did you not? Yeah. I heard it when I was in defendant lobby number 1. That's why I came running towards lobby number 2 together with you. How much time elapsed between you hearing the gunshot and your arrival on the scene? Less than a minute. What were your movements upon hearing the gunshot? I grabbed the big lug. We were just walking around in the hall and raced into lobby number 2. And that's when we discovered the bodies, in that order. What makes you the discoverer of the crime scene? That makes you the discoverer of the crime scene, right? Yeah, I guess it does, little miss. I'm about to become a prosecutor very soon. You treat me with the dignity I deserve, or else. You wave that thing around anymore, and I'll have you arrested for obstruction, little miss. You wouldn't dare. Haha. Just joking. Nuh-uh. Detective Bad is really something if he can make Francisca behave. Are we about done? Is there anything else I should ask him about? Time? I'd like for you to tell me the exact time you heard the gunshot. It was around the end of the recess, and the trial was about to start again, I think. It was supposed to make time for himself. He was supposed to make time for himself to transfer the evidence he was holding. But I got the sense he wasn't gonna show for the handoff. I've been trying to keep my eyes open. So I figured I should go get him or he'll be late. And just as I thought that, bang! The sound of a gunshot hit my eardrums. So we heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to restart, huh? Are we done here? I don't have any time to waste. Oh, come on! All you're doing is standing in front of this door, doing nothing. I get the sense that he is someone investigating this crime scene, or rather, that he is keeping us under surveillance. But to what end? Detective Bad may ask that you cooperate with us for just a bit longer. I don't have anything else to say to the two of you. You guys were the ones who said you wanted to investigate in the first place. Fine then, be obstinate. We'll just do as we please. Come on, Miles. You may no longer be willing to help us, however. May I ask for the Forensic Sciences Corporation? Do as you like. Yay! I got it back! Oh my god. Guys. Guys, I'm so sorry, but I think I have to go. I just can't. I'm sleep deprived and I can't keep my eyes open anymore. I'm so sorry. But I promise we're gonna see each other again tomorrow, and I'm gonna make up for it, okay? I'm gonna sleep a lot tonight and I'm gonna make up for tomorrow. Tomorrow, I am going to sleep a lot and I'm going to come back to this game. Wait, let me save it. Peacock, thank you so much for coming. And thank you for loving Ace Attorney as well. And you know what? Because of that, I love you too. I'm very sorry, Peacock, that you have to come here and see me so sleepy. I'm sorry for being so sleepy. I'm gonna have to go sleep in for a little, and I'm gonna have to run for an errand, and I'm gonna come back. I have another stream tonight at 7, if I recall correctly. It's gonna be on my YouTube channel. So, Peacock, I hope you don't miss it, okay? Thank you so much, everybody. And Peacock, I love you so much. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you for loving me as well. I'm so sorry. It's so short today, I know. It's just less than 2 hours. I mean, it's complete. The investigation is complete now, so I feel like this is a very good place to end. Not so cliffhanging, you know. Sleep for me, thank you. I'm just gonna go take a nap. It's just gonna be a little while. Okay, I hope you had fun today, and I will see you again tomorrow for Ace Attorney at 10 o'clock. Okay, let's go. Let's see who be rating today. Who should I be rating today? Who should I be rating? Oh, Aqua is streaming. Okay, thank you so much, everybody, and be nice to Aqua. Okay, I'll be going now. Bye bye. Kirioku, over and out.